Hi everyone, Paul from International Scale Modeller. Today I've got a review of the Trumpeter 135th Russian T-90A main battle tank. This is the welded turret version. I own the cast turret myself. It's supposed to be one of the best, if not the best, T-90 kits out there. Bit of controversy between this and the Meng, and there's a Zvezda one as well, which meant to be really good as well. Personally, I like the Trumpeter. I like the way it comes together. I like the look of the build once it's done. I've seen several completed now and they've all looked absolutely stunning. So like I say, I went out and got the cast turret, and we've got the welded turret here for review today. This is a prize for the July ISM prize draw, and this was donated by Timber Value Kits, who sponsors our prize draw every month. And again, another absolutely stunning kit for the prize draw, so one of you lucky people is going to win this. As you can see, box art. As always with Trumpeter, very vivid, very colourful, and always tells a tale. So you got it's obviously the parade as it goes past. Soldier there, saluting commander in there as well. I think just see the driver sticking out as well. Very impressive looking tank, the T-90. Has a lot of good features to it, even to the point there's videos out of this thing jumping off ramps, etc. I don't mean stupid heights, but you know, 3-4 foot off the floor. It's a rather impressive battle tank, and I can't wait to build mine. I've had a look in my kit, and I know there's a couple of, not flaws, but things that need improving with it. We go to the side of it, a little bit of information on the T-90. I'll go to the overhead, and we'll try and fit it in. If you want to read that, pause it, by all means, have a read. Job done. So there you go. On the side you got the same box art, and on the other side you got a picture of the completed tank and the Photo-Etch frets that come inside as well. So there you go. The kit number is 05562, and like I say, there's the cast turret version, which kit number is 05560, and that's the kit I've got. And like I say, with having the other kit myself, I've had a look inside it. I did go out and buy a set of frill tracks for mine, purely and simply because I thought the tracks in this looked to be an absolute pain in the backside, so I went and bought the frill tracks for it. But you know, if you persevere, I'm sure you can build them into very good looking tracks. So it's personal preference at the end of the day. Go to the box, you've got Trumpeter's usual news note in there. So we've got HMS 45, Type 45 Destroyer, again full fold out. And a few new kits out there as well. Well, they're not new because this kit's probably, well, you can see there, it's not far off a year old. Well, ish. So you got the welded turret, the cast turret. So a few interesting notes of what's coming out soon, even though it's a year old. Instructions, you've got a colour call out, which is always good. I'll go overhead so you can see. So there it is in all Russian green, and there it is in the tritone Russian camouflage, which is the tone, the scheme I would choose. I've actually got the A campaign set ready for mine, so I'll be going in that scheme, and I think it's a very, very smart looking scheme. And again, I've seen plenty built in that, and it does look very impressive. Got your paint call out, Mr. Hobby. Let's have a look. H39. Oh, they're in Mr. Hobby colour and aqueous, which is always good. I hold this up so you can see. So the two numbers at the front, you've got Mr. Hobby colour and Mr. Hobby aqueous. You've got Vallejo, which I believe that's model colour, Model Master, Tamiya and Humbrol. So a good range of paints there. Like I say, always nice to have a colour call out. I can never see the point in black and white call outs. Got the instruction book, which we'll go through at the end. Typical Trumpeter, fairly easy to follow. Hopefully not too difficult. And like I say, sprues, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 track ones. So there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 sprues in there. So pop them over there, some decals, a little protective box which has got the turret in there as well, a few other parts which are rubberized, so there's a couple in there. There's a tree trunk in there which is used as some ditching log. A couple of like rubber style mantlets, which is quite a nice touch. Clear parts, your lower hull, tow cables, a few lines, poly caps, a couple of Photo-Etch frets, which are very, very weighty, very high quality, and that's a lot. So we'll pop the box on the floor. we'll decide where to start, and I think we'll start with the turret. Now my kit has all those tiny little stars, there they are there, which I believe are the anti-infrared. I might be wrong, and I believe there's about 100 of them in total to stick to this turret, which seems quite a task. Turret, nicely textured. You got weld line seams across there. If I zoom in so you guys can see, we can get it to focus. There we go. So we've got weld seams just in there. Excuse the paint on my fingernail, just been painting. So you've got weld seams in there. You've got a little bit of cast texture on the cupola just there. Nice bit of surface detail on the back. We've got a bit of bearing there, which is a bit of a shame, on both sides, as you can see there and there. But the detail is good. There's no flash on there. There's no date, but there is a code underneath. We can get it to focus again for you. But there's no date on there. Like I say, surface detail is nice. That welding texture is really, really good, to be fair. So, you know, once you get a wash in there, you're really going to show that detail really well. It's going to absolutely pop. Put that in there. I'm just going to go through the sprues randomly because I got no idea what order we're in, because I literally just grabbed them out. I didn't even look at them. You've got the barrel, two-piece barrel. Always a little bit of a shame, but it doesn't look too hard to clean up. It would be nice to see a bit more slide molded technology like Dragon uses, but overall there's no flash on there, there's no problems on there whatsoever. They're nice thin parts of tools, the likes of these, sorry, dropped it, I'll zoom in a little bit. The likes of these parts here, very, very well moulded, there's no problems at all. Tiny little bit of hairline flash, well yeah, it is flash on there, but again, fingernail, it's just going to rub straight off as it's done. And again, the only criticism of that is the two-piece barrel, but they don't take that much to clean up. I'd still rather see a single piece in there, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. It is pretty easy to clean up. Next up, I'm going to take it out a little bit. It'll be fully in. We've got the fuel barrels, a couple of road wheels, sprockets, a couple of plates. They're identical sprues, put one to one side. So as you can see, sprockets, road wheels, idler arms, your fuel barrel, which is very, very nicely done. Again, lots of small parts, and again, no flash on there whatsoever, so that's a really nice quality moulded part. I'm not sure what these parts are. The panels are some description, but again, the fuel barrels, really nicely made. If I can zoom in again, you see there the cast with the connection on the top and the straps here. Very nicely detailed, and again, shouldn't be too much of drama to glue together. Again, take a little bit of careful sanding so you don't lose that detail. And again, just go a quick look around the sprue. Lots of little parts, there's no flash on there. Sprockets themselves are nicely done. So again, no dramas there at all. Like I say, with owning the other type of kit to this, I have had a look through it. It was a kit I always meant to review, but I never ever got around. So I've got so many kits at the minute, I can't keep up with reviewing them. I've got some absolutely beautiful kits, and I just can't find the time in the day to review them all. It is a little bit sad, and I would like to review them all so you guys can see them, but I just don't have the time to do it. I struggle getting one review out a month at the minute, and obviously my personal life is going to take a big upheaval come the end of September when my son arrives in this world. What have we got here? We've got road wheels, a couple more idler arms, let's say idler arms, suspension arms, tow cable, hook, a couple of stowage hooks, a lot of small little parts, and again, no problem on there. Got a little bit of flash on the inside of the road wheel, but it's actually inside here. It's not a part you're going to see on the kick as it goes inside, just wispy parts inside. Again, all the smaller parts, some of the detail is a little bit soft, but it's certainly passable. And again, you've got stowage hooks here, which are very nicely moulded, and as well as tow cable ends just there as well. So again, it's a double sprue, so you get two of those. And again, no problems at all. I think this is going to build into an absolutely stunning model. I know Stefan, is it Northern Swede? Northern Swede is. He built this kit on ISM, and Stefan did an awesome job of it, and he's said it's a beautiful kit as well. Now, like I said before, there is a debate which is better, the Meng, the Trumpeter, or the Zvezda. I've owned the Zvezda and I got rid of it as soon as I bought this. The Zvezda's cheaper, but the Zvezda kits seem to be, they really are hit and miss quality wise. So I give that one a miss, to be honest. I believe the Meng's very good, but for me, from what I've seen, I like to look at the Trumpeter one, and hence that's the reason why I own one. I may buy the Meng at a later date, and I could do a comparison review, not next to each other, but you know, I can review it next to this and see what I think of it. Now we've got side skirts. We've got, I'm assuming, are they intake or exhaust? Vent, I'm not sure. They're solid, which is a bit of a shame. We've got some more panels, possibly a bit of hose, and again, no problems there. Yeah, there's a couple of wispy bits of flash there, but nothing to complain about really. And again, I'm not sure these are intakes or exhausts, but the grills are nicely defined. I would have liked to have seen them see-through, but you can't have everything. And again, the side skirts depicting the detail of the armour, where it can open, be changed, etc. Really good. A little bit of flash on the handles at the bottom, just there, but again, nothing to write home about. Can put up a little bit of flash here and there. It's when you get an entire sprue of flash that gets a bit annoying, and I've been called a river cat before for complaining about flash, but it's a bloody review, for God's sake. I'm here to show the good and the bad. Alright, so what have we got in here? I have absolutely no idea what most of these parts are, but again, crisply moulded. I mean, detail parts like this, very intricately done. If I can zoom in, really nice. Again, I've no idea what the part is, but if it's on show and you can get a wash in there, it's really going to make it come alive. And again, if I just go around the sprue, you've got larger components here. It looks like a cupola, to be honest. This part, it might be, it's hard to tell. And again, smaller parts all around the bottom. No problem whatsoever there. Right the way through to the top. My camera's going out of focus. And again, superbly moulded. Just the faintest wisps of flash, but no bearing, no marking on it whatsoever. So again, something I'm doing today, which I never normally do, is I'm actually putting the sprues back in the bags, because otherwise I put them all on the floor. When it comes to the end of it, I've got 20 odd sprues, 20 odd bags, and I always end up putting them back in the wrong bags. So I'm playing it safe today. They're going back in the bags when they're done. Apart from that one, which I didn't cut properly. So again, more side skirts. They're the top. Sorry, the top of the running gear, and again, beautifully made. Bit of surface detail depicting rivets, long bolts. If you can see that there, it's by my thumb. It's depicting a bolt. You got what I'm assuming is a stowage bin with straps on the top there, which looks really good. And again, plenty of small parts, which at this moment in time I have absolutely no idea what they are. But again, no fault there. All beautifully crisp. I think I will have to get hold of that Meng one and see the difference, because I'm intrigued by it, and you can never have too much Russian armour at the end of the day, because it is awesome stuff. Even though what's going on in the Ukraine and what have you, that's by the by. But as horrific as it is, from a modelling point of view, the subjects are still there. So I'm not even going to get into that. Again, small parts. You've got another stowage lid, again with those straps on. Various other components. There's a lot of components this tank. A lot, and I have absolutely no idea what most of them are. I'm going to admit it. But as long as they're perfectly cast, Got a little bit of bearing on that one there, a little bit of marking just there. But again, with no release agents on there, I can't feel anything on there at all, no residue, no smell to it. And again, perfectly cast parts. So, place your bet on the Meng or this. If you buy this, you're not going to get a bad kit at all. But I think I will try and get a Meng T90, and we'll see what the deal is. Got more road rails, more suspension parts. It's a double sprue again, so we'll put one to one side. So you got more road rails. In fact, that looks, I'm pretty sure that's identical sprue as the two we had before. In fact, it is. So there's 4 sprues that must be identical in 2 separate bags. So we've already seen this one, and again, same wispy flash within the road wheel. So yeah, we've already seen those ones. So there's 4 identical for all the road wheels, suspension parts, running gear, etc, etc. Right, we'll leave the tracks for a minute. We've got the turret components, we've got the upper part of the turret ring. Got some grills. Got the MG, that'll be for the remote turret. I can't like me think what it's called now. Hollowed out barrel as well. You can see it just by my index finger there, which is a nice touch. First thing I look for, and it's the first thing I'll always do if I can. Like I say, you've got the turret components, so to be the turret ring, and again, I'm assuming it's at the bottom or the top of the turret. We'll find out the instructions in a bit. But again, no problems in there, all nicely cast, all the detail parts are nice. The riveting details, good. A little bit of flash on these cages here, just by my middle finger here. But again, it's just wispy little bits of flash. They'll pop up in a second. It shouldn't be on there really. It's not an old kit, and it's not a cheap kit either. I think the RP on these is about 40 to 45 pounds, so it's not the cheapest kit there. I've recently built Trumpeter's Challenger, and although that was a bit of an older kit, that was a little bit of a stinker. Trumpeter really have upped the game in the past few years, but that Trumpeter kit, that Challenger, myself and Mike Cohen built the same kit. It was a very, very complex build, and some of the parts, the fit was just ridiculous. They fitted when you figured out where they went, and the instructions were a bit vague. And I did build, something that looked like a Challenger, so there wasn't a problem there. But a little bit overcomplicated, not the best fitting kit going, to be honest. So hopefully this won't be the same. And again, beautifully detailed parts. Again, I've got no idea what they are. I've got the likes of this, so the same kind of components we had before. Nice stowage again. Really crisply moulded. So many small parts on this. This isn't going to be a quick build. This isn't going to be a Tamiya arm build we build in an afternoon. This is going to be as in-depth as a decent Dragon kit, where it's going to take you, a weekend to a week to build. It's going to be quite an in-depth build, which isn't a bad thing, because you get your money's worth from the kit. That's my bugbear with Tamiya. Kits are too simple. Great if you're a beginner or you want a quick build, but for the money, because most of the time they're not far off the price of a Dragon kit, you're not getting value for money build-wise. With the likes of this, this will keep you entertained for quite a while, especially when you get to these tracks in a minute, which is the reason I've replaced mine, but we'll get to that in a minute. So what have we got here? I'm assuming that's more armour. I'm not sure. Again, you know me, I go for the instructions last, so it's a guessing game until we get there, and I kind of like that because I see everything blind. I know people complain saying I should read it first so I know what I'm going on about, but I like to look at stuff blind. Again, various what look like suspension components, so the sprocket, what's the word I'm looking for, hubs. We've got more, I'm assuming, I don't know, that's more stowage, or it's armour plating. Again, we won't know until we get to instructions, but we'll have a look in a minute. And again on there, all beautifully detailed, all the recessed lines are nice, any raised surface details good, no problem at all there whatsoever. So plenty to get through, you get plenty of your money in the box. And obviously we're getting the PE, wire tow cables. It does add to the build a bit, and it is nice to get. Getting through the sprues now, a couple of little ones, so they're identical, they're different. They're identical, so two the same. Again, nicely moulded parts like this. Nicely recessed details. A little bit of flash there just on that, but again, it's just literally the wispy stuff. I can take it off. There you go, there it is on my index finger. You can take it off your fingernail, it's gone. So it's not a drama at all. And again, a couple of nice parts. I'm assuming that's a used part there. It's a bit of a weird place. Has the other one got one? Yeah, they both got it. That's a little bit strange. I'm assuming, is that an entire part? No, it can't be. It's a bit weird. I'll have a look for that one in the instructions. And again, two of those, no problems whatsoever. Next up, we've got the lower hull, which again, as seems to be part of the course lately, even the underneath is detailed. We've got a few wire parts, we'll get to those in a second. So again, lower hull, all underneath detailed. Some of you might say, what's the point? Because you don't see underneath. A lot of people don't even paint underneath, but it's there for you. It's almost an added bonus, and it adds a bit of detail to the kit itself. The welding detail again is absolutely beautiful. Really do like that welded detail. It's a little bit heavy on the sides, but I assume it will be heavily welded anyway. And it even runs right underneath and through. So again, no problems there. That's going to be quite a fine bit of kit once it's done. Beautifully moulded this. Not an ounce of problem anywhere on that. No cleanup required on that whatsoever. So again, top marks Trumpy. Or Trumpeter. Or Trumpeter, if you're that way inclined. It's a bit of a private joke. Some people might get that, others won't. You've got, what have we got there? 16 poly caps. So they'll be for the row wheels. You've got a length of hose, which will be for the fuel drums, so you can depict it being fed. And we have some cable. I'm sure I've seen another bit of cable for the tow ropes, so I'm assuming that cable is to go in the hose to give it some stiffness to position it as I chuck that on the floor, so I'll get that in a minute. Yeah, so that you can pose and the wire as and where you want it. So again, a nice little touch. I'll keep that up here, I think, so I don't lose anything out of it. What have we got left? We've got a couple of plastic, a couple of vinyl, and a couple of, well, one clear. So go through this. Again, more panels. Again, nicely detailed as you can see. There's no problem there. Nice bit of ribbon on that one. What look like an antenna. And a control lever, is that by the look of it? A joystick? Looks like it. Whether there is or not, I don't know. But again, no dramas there. I keep not opening these bags properly. There we go. I can stay up here now as well. We've got clear parts. Should be for your vision ports, periscopes, etc. Headlights. I think it says IR on the front of it as well. Am I right? Infrared. And again, the clear parts. Crystal clear. You've got periscopes there. Assume are vision ports, light lenses. What am I going to assume are the infrared lenses, and again, beautifully made parts. Top drawer clear parts. What have we got next? We've got these. So these are your vinyl parts. So we've got 3 mantler covers by the look at it. As you can see, the vinyl bendy. So there's a couple of depicting. I'm not sure what they are, but they're obviously detailed fabric or rubber of some description. You've got a mantler cover there, so again you've got a foot flexible, gives a very good look, and the log, which I believe hangs off the back of this for unditching itself. Again, a little bit of clean up. The texture is nice. Once you get that bit of wood paint on it, that's going to look rather good. Other couple of mantlets in here. I'm not sure the differences. Hopefully the instructions will shed some light on that. They may not though. So yeah, a couple of different ones. Like I say, I have no idea the difference, but they're there. As you can see, flexible vinyl again. No problem there. There's obviously a choice of those. We will get to that in a minute. And it's nice you get a choice. I'm assuming it's a different variants maybe. So what we got? We've got the Photo-Etch, decals, instructions, and the tracks. Now, these are the tracks. These are going to be rather labour intensive. There's a lot of cleanup. Before I go to Sprues, I'm going to get one out. So as you can see there, each single track link is going to need snipping off in 4 places and cleaning up in 4 places, and on each one you've got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, you've got 40 on each one, so you've got 80 track links to clean up, which is going to take you a while. I believe this is a little jig, so I'm told, that you can line them up on, so you can actually pop them in, quickly glue them together, take it off in sections. I'm assuming that's what it is. Again, we'll get to the instructions in a bit. So there's the tracks. That's probably my bugbear. I've seen those now. I bought a set of Sprue white metal tracks for it, because I thought I'm not mucking about with those. I'm not a fan of mucking about with tracks like that. And these are also the other components for the tracks as well. Again, same, moulded in the same brown plastic. And again, one cut off point, 1 cleanup point, and you're going to have about 80 of those as well. So building those tracks is going to be quite labour intensive. If you enjoy that kind of thing, fair play, go for it. If not, you're in for the long haul there, definitely. Right, decals, quite a few in here actually for a bit of armour, mostly markings and numbers. Not too bad. I'm just going to have a look at how register they are. Yeah, they're all in register. They're a little bit thick. There's not a lot of card paper on them, so that's a good point. A couple of emblems, a couple of unit markings as well, as you can see. What they're going to be like, I don't know. They are quite thick, and they're a bit glossy. The glossy isn't a problem, but being thick may well be. So again, they're going to be a suck it and see type thing, where you try them and you try your luck, but at least you've got plenty in there to choose different markings should you wish. Photo-Etch, should be able to just undo this from the back, can I? Yep. Very, very nice frets. Got a bit of weight in there. There's actually 3 frets of Photo-Etch. Oh my god, there's hundreds of those things. Identical. Yep, 2 identical frets in there. So there's one, here's the other. It's very, very nice, thick PE. It's got the plastic on both sides, the sticky tape, so what you can do with this is leave one side on to cut your part off, so you can ping it into oblivion. But you can see all these little tiny eyes. Each one of those gets stuck on the turret. There's quite a lot of them. A couple of grills, I'm assuming they're vent grills. You've got other grills for various things, I'm not sure what. 2013, as we know, it's only a year old, the kit not even a year old. And again, Photo-Etch fret, superb. Bit of bending required on a couple of parts there, but nothing too taxing at all. These are going to be a bit of a nightmare because you've got a lot to cut off, clean up and stick on. So that's not necessarily something that's going to be a lot of fun. But as Photo-Etch always does, it always adds extra interest to the model. Last fret and our little bit of wire cable, like I was saying before. So you've got wire cable there, which would be for your tow ropes. Nice quality wire. Nothing really to write home about there, it's just a piece of wire, but it's an added extra. And it's going to look better than plastic because it's going to conform easier. Last fret of Photo-Etch, and again, perfectly made, absolutely superb. Nice wide gaps between the part and the fret as well, which makes cut off a lot easier using scissors, or I've got the Photo-Etch scissors there. And again, a few parts need bending, but again, for Photo-Etch, if your first time to Photo-Etch, is not a very taxing task. That Photo-Etch, it'd be fairly straightforward. It might be a good introduction to Photo-Etch, apart from all those eyes, which are going to be quite interesting to do. So we'll pop that in there, and we're on to our instructions. Get all the parts safe. So, instruction book is there. I'm going to zoom out now so you can see better. Get rid of some of this plastic. We're going to get a bit of white out now as the camera always goes ballistic. Like I say, you've got the colour callouts there and the paint codes. That'll be the one I choose. I like it in the tritone black. It's like a black green and a beigey cream colour. I think it looks really good. It's a sandy brown, it's saying there. Or you got your Russian green there as well. Which again, whichever one you're going to choose, is going to make a fantastic model. So instructions, you've got your read before assembly, Lee's favourite part there, the decal application. You've got your tools and hints and tips, what to do, what not to do. Not necessarily safety instructions, which is quite unusual. That's on the back. No. So there's no need to worry about, you know, yodeling while, I don't know, drinking a cappuccino upside down while trying to fix plastic to, or photo etch the plastic, like I normally say. So there's nothing there, no decal, no warnings. All you got your sprue layouts there. So that shows them all. I can get them all in shot for you. You can see there's quite a lot to the kit, all the way through. So, like I say, it's not going to be a quick build. It is going to keep you entertained for quite some time. You've got basic instructions starting on the lower hull, the rogue wheels, and the sprockets. So that's going to keep you entertained for quite some time. On to basic construction. Got various holes to drill. Get your rogue wheels on, or I'll leave them off like I normally do. I'm trying to see what this part is. So it is part of the upper hull. Okay, lots of components to stick on there, as you can see. Attaching the upper hull to the lower hull, you've got the engine deck. Right the way through to the rear plate, which has got the unditching log on. You can see it just there by my thumb. Track construction. There's 166 in total, so there's 84 per side. Sorry, 83 per side. Yeah. Let's say I make 166. Yeah, assuming that's for both sides. And as you can see, you can get the sag in there, but I don't think you can see the sag anyway with the side skirts on. And yet, that is a little helpful tool for assembling tracks. That's a good little touch. I think Meng do that as well. If I remember right, they do. Again, onto a bit of various photo etch parts. You can see where the P is called out there. Gives you a separate little bubble. So you have to be on the ball building this to make sure you spot those. They're fairly obvious. Onto putting the side skirts on, the fuel drums. What else have we got? Small P there. So there's a few PA parts along the way. Constructing the turret. Tow cable on. So that just loops over the back of the fuel drums. The turret there, you've got your various mantlets, or mantlet covers rather, which is trying to put holes in. I'm not sure the difference. I have no idea whatsoever, whether it's in different positions or what. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, please put the comments in the YouTube channel. And yeah, those parts are used that were on the edge. They're going to be for the infrared, which I thought. So you've got the lenses there as well. Storage bins, lots and lots of components on that turret. As you can see, I know that the Zvezda one's got like 190 parts on it, so I don't think this has got as many. I haven't seen that photo etch mentioned yet, so let's have a look for that. I can see them there, because I'm interested to see if it says how many there are. Let's have a little look. Alright, so it's got them there and there. Yep, they're there on there. As a component assembled, it's telling you, so it's telling you to put them on the components before they're stuck on, rather than building it all then sticking on, which I suppose makes more sense. Oh, that's a very, very busy turret. That's going to keep you busy for a long time. Right through to the end, which starts getting the MG on. Ah, that's the MG basket, that flexible vinyl bit before. Two-piece barrel, smoke dischargers, grenade dischargers, cupola. So construction, you can see by the built model, there's a lot to it. It's a very, very busy tank. Looking at that turret, you can see just how busy it is. And if you want to go and see awesome, I mean, Lee will put some footage on the beginning of this, hopefully, unless he's been an arse again and putting oops, lol again, like he thought he was being funny in the new show. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But if Lee puts a bit of footage at the beginning, maybe he'll show that tank jumping. If not, go and have a look on YouTube and it'll show the thing airborne, literally airborne. It can go completely underwater as well. It is a really phenomenal tank. It's an awesome bit of kit. One of my favourite main battle tanks, well, modern ones anyway. So there you go, this Trumpeter is 135th T90. Looks a great kit. There's a little bit of flash here and there, but other than that, it's nothing to be concerned about whatsoever. Like I say, I got the different variant of this, and I'm looking forward to building mine. And one of you lucky guys is going to win this, so well done whoever wins it. Like I said, the track's going to be a little bit tricky, but other than that, you've got nothing to worry about there. Tiny little bit of flash here and there, but it cleans up in seconds. And as long as the fit goes together well, which I believe it is, you're onto a winner. You're going to make a nice kit. Like I said, I would like to get the Meng version and see what that's like. Do a side-by-side comparison and see what they're like review-wise. If it's a little bit more polished than this, then fair play to it. It's going to take a bit to beat this, but we'll see. Or maybe I can get it at some point. So there you go. Trumpeter's T90. Thanks for watching. Paul at ISM. I'll catch you guys on the forum.